Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called When We Flew Away, a novel of Anne Frank before the diary, written by Alice Hoffman. So before World War II, before the Holocaust, before the diary that made her famous, Anne Frank was just a regular girl going about her normal life and being generally a pest for her older sister and having disagreements with her family, as everyone does. She went to school, she had a first love, she had friends, and as the war kind of started to unfold around them, things began to change for Anne. But her hope for the future, her desire to be an author, all of those things stayed true even when everything got difficult. So this story fictionalizes the story of Anne as far as we know it. So dialogue and other details are included in this book to make it readable and to make it more of a fictional story. But also it relies on what we do know about Anne and about things that were happening in her hometown as the war was unfolding, as Hitler was taking hold in Germany during World War II. So for anyone who's read Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank, this is a really interesting lead up to it and a way to kind of see Anne as just a regular person before everything kind of started happening to her. It makes it accessible to readers of various ages, and also it just kind of humanizes her a little bit, especially as things are happening in little bits and pieces, and then that it wasn't just all at once that the Holocaust started happening. It was all in little fits and starts, and as people were experiencing them, it wasn't until really things got very, very bad that that it was more obvious to everyone. So in the fact that history often repeats itself, this is a really fascinating and powerful story to remind readers that little changes can mean big things ultimately, and that there are things that people can do to help to mitigate some of the potential issues that can happen in the world. So while this is fictionalized, it really reads as historical fiction, which it is, and it also connects readers to Anne Frank and her situation and the situation of so many others at that time. So it is written for a middle grade audience. There's lots of white space between the lines. The story reads pretty quickly, and folks will connect with Anne, especially as she is preparing to turn 13, wants more than anything to be a grown-up, and then sees kind of how that affects her older sister as she's going through those changes as well. For fans of Diary of Anne Frank, this is an excellent lead up. If you haven't read that yet, this also can be read in either order, just to kind of get to know Anne a little bit before the diary, or to read the diary first and have that historical account and then read the fictionalized lead up. In whatever way works for you, this is a really powerful story, reminding readers of all the things that have happened in the world and how people were affected by them. So if this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it at your favorite bookstore.